To the London hospital, quick! My colleague agreed to meet me here in one of the London hospital rooms reserved for students.
Ah, John, you're there already. Punctual as always. Tell me, you don't seem to be in good shape. Is it possible that your recent marriage is making you this morose?
Ah, you know me well, Andrew. No, it's a strange and terrible affair that concerns me. Have you read my note?
Yes, I admit that I was surprised. It just so happens that I, too, was asking questions about our morgue.
What do you think? Have you heard of any organ trafficking within?
No, John. No doubt there exists some exchange between colleagues. Not quite legal, of course, but nothing that can qualify as trafficking. Since the Anatomy Act of 1832, which permitted the use of unclaimed corpses for science, the black market trade was definitely halted. There are sufficient subjects available for all practitioners and students. Of this I can confirm.
Well, organ trafficking as a lucrative trade is out of the question. Then what is troubling you with the morgue?
You are talking about trafficking organs, but I suspect there is trade in whole bodies.
What do you mean to say? Whole bodies are disappearing?
Well, it's confidential, but I know of your discretion and your friendship with the famous Sherlock Holmes. I can tell you that a few corpses have recently disappeared from the hospital morgue. Cadavers that were intended for dissection. That is to say, not claimed. Poor, unknown people. If a single corpse had disappeared, it might have been a bad joke. There are many students who pass through here. It's even a meeting spot. For the majority, they are here to work. A few come here in secret to practice. It also happens that instruments or organs go missing. Nothing alarming, but so many corpses. It's very troubling.
But the hospital doctors aren't doing anything?
No. That is to say, they would prefer not to call the police at this point. An investigation would no doubt result in the suspension of authorizations for the use of unclaimed corpses. Do you think that you could intercede on our behalf with Sherlock Holmes to clear up this situation?
Which corpses are missing?
I don't know exactly, but I can make an exact list if you would like to wait here for a few minutes. Feel free to look around the room while you wait. It'll bring back memories.
Thank you, Andrew. It's here that students come to carry out their experiments. An encyclopedia of anatomy. A page on the human heart is dog-eared. Let's see. It's here that students come to carry out their experiments. These wheeled trolleys are very handy for laying out surgical instruments. This rag is full of grease. It certainly wasn't used for a dissection. Was someone doing some mechanical work here? It's here that students come to carry out their experiments. The last lesson must have been about the human heart. And for a class of beginners, I expect, as this diagram is rather rudimentary. This wheel won't roll despite all of the added grease. Curious, as Holmes would say. This surgical instrument resembles a screwdriver. How amusing. It might come in handy. I will return it later. There is a heart in this jar. Based on its colouring, it hasn't been there long. And it looks like the drawing on the board. This jar contains 2 lids with combination locks. This wheel won't roll despite all of the added grease. Curious, as Holmes would say. A message. Why the devil was it hidden here? An old prescription. Poor child, so young, yet terminally ill. Strange, someone scrawled something. Part of it is in Latin. These are instructions, it would seem. There is a heart in this jar. Based on it, there is a heart in this jar. This jar contains 2 lids with Look, there was a bit of paper stuck between the 2 lids. Incredible! Someone has hidden a magnet in this heart. But to what end? I am missing. Nothing of interest here. Incredible! There is a magnet with a hook behind this pane of glass. I am in need of something. There, all done. Holmes couldn't have done better himself. A hole! I can make out something inside, but how to get it out? I will need a hook. I found it! A coded message. I do believe I will need Holmes.
Here is the list, John. The missing corpses are those of a woman, 40 years old, beginning of August, another, 55 years old, 2 weeks ago, and recently, a young woman. These corpses had nothing in common except that they didn't have any apparent lesions.
All of this is very troubling. Well, I think that I have all of the information possible, and I promise that I will do what I can to clear up this business. I must leave you, my friend, and...
In the name of our friendship,
Please, don't go so stare.
To be sure. Thanks again, Andrew.
it is I who must thank you, John. Don't forget to keep me up to date and say hello to your charming wife for me.
Count on me, Andrew.
I must go to the Wasp's Nest to find this rogue that Watson dubbed Bluto. He may be able to provide information on Dr. Tumblety. This lead, although tenuous, is well worth following. I must return to Whitechapel, but it would be better if I did so incognito. This should do the trick. Let's go. Let's go to the Wasp's Nest. There's something here. There's something here. I need something. There's something here. I need something. Old Tong. There's something here. I see a jewel. It's fallen between the floorboards. A Hebrew inscription. Going by the length of the chain, it must belong to a child. Hello there. You looking for a gas man?
You really a gasser? You sure it isn't a bobby?
Well, if you don't need me, I'll be on my way then. I've already been paid up.
Stay. Who paid you?
A doctor, Marston, I think he was. He told me you'd talk to me about a foreigner, name of Tumblety, if I did you a favour.
Right, mate. Might happen.
What is it you need me to do, then?
Listen to me. At the end of Whitechapel, there's an abandoned dump of a house. Opposite Finley's boarding house. Upstairs in the mess where the gas pipes are, you'll find a sack with something heavy inside. If you look in, you'll regret it here. You find it, you bring it here, and you don't tell a soul, right?
Got it. And then you'll tell me about this Tumblety so that I can report back to the doc?
Yeah, doctors know people. And since you is here, it's because he'll move mountains for his American. Me, I don't know much. But you can tell him that he'll have to talk to Squibby. He seems to know lots about plenty. When you come back with a sack, I'll tell you what he needs to tell Squibby, so that he snitches on the yank to him. Believe me, mate, it's as explosive as 10 miles worth of gas in your damn pipes.
Right then, I'm off.
Go. Give me some air.
I could arrange for the police to come down here and arrest this thug, but he seems pretty tough and would probably be a lot less cooperative than if I play along. It's best I handle this myself, including meeting the mysterious Squibby. It's the abandoned house that Bluto pointed out to me. He must have set up his hideout there. There's a strange smell coming from this old building. Water. Good day, Finley.
Good day, sir. Have we met before?
It's me, Sherlock Holmes, but I don't want it to be known that I'm here. Can I count on you?
Certainly, Mr. Holmes. I shall be as silent as the grave.
Your tenant, Dr. Tumblety, is he here?
I don't think so, but go and find out.
It would seem you've been having some gas problems.
Don't talk to me about it. The problem is from the abandoned house not far from here, but nobody has come to take care of it.
Perhaps I could go and take a look. Do you have a ladder?
No, but I think in the pile of wood under the stairs there is one in pieces. And if you also need something from the scrap heap, some old tools or who knows what, feel free to take it, Mr. Holmes, but leave the dishes in good condition.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Holmes.
A heap of rusted iron crockery. Finley's ladder is smashed to pieces, but all the parts appear to be here. This must be a piece of the ladder. This lead pipe could help me to repair the gas lines. This must be a piece of the ladder. This lead pipe could help me to repair the gas lines. Part of a perfume atomizer. This lead pipe could help me to repair the gas lines. A broken hammer. I will have to find a handle. Part of a perfume atomizer. Some old nails. They may come in handy. This must be a piece of the ladder. This must be a piece of the ladder. hope this ladder will support my weight. There is a gas leak. My life will be at risk if I enter the room without protection. I must find something to protect myself with so that I can go in and take a better look. This old cloth could be used as a mask. I must moisten my makeshift mask. Water. Water. There, this damp cloth will do for a mask. Let's go. My cloth mask won't make much difference, but I'll be able to inspect the room for a few seconds. This iron bar will help me. I need something. The gas leak is coming from behind this locked panel. The leak is coming from here. The satchel is behind these pipes. This explains why the thug wanted someone who knew about gas. He must have hidden it there in great haste and broke the pipes in the process. The satchel seems to be quite stuck. I don't think I can get it out without passing out for good. I need a more suitable mask. The kind used by tanners would do nicely. A small torch, a useful tool for opening safes, I would assume, but the gas bottle is empty. The leak must have been sudden. Even the animals didn't have time to escape. The satchel seems to be quite stuck. I don't... The leak must have been sudden.
How is your investigation going, Mr. Holmes?
I'll be needing a mask of the sort tanners use. Do you know where...
Go check in the little lane across from the clinic. At the cobbler's, perhaps.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Holmes.
How do, sir?
Hello. I'm sorry to say, but I'm closing.
This man seems wary. I must find a way to win his confidence. How do, sir?
Hello. I'm sorry to say, but I'm closing.
I am here because I found this.
Abraham's beard. The son of one of my neighbors was beaten in the street a few weeks ago and it was stolen from him. If you would give it to me, I promise to return it to him and get you a reward.
Money doesn't interest me.
Who are you, sir? And what do you want from me?
I'm a friend of Dr. Watson's. You know him, don't you?
In that case, welcome. Dr. Watson is a great man. and I would be pleased to help one of his friends.
You work the leather and perhaps even tan it yourself. I believe tanners wear special masks to protect themselves from the toxic emissions given off by the vats used to soak the leather. I have a gas leak to fix, and I won't survive without something effective to protect myself with.
Go see my cousin Abraham, who has a pet shop a little further down the road. Tell him that Isaac sent you. That's me.
I'll be off now.
My regards to Dr. Watson.
This is a pet shop. Hello, sir.
Hello.
You must be Abraham Solomovich. I came on behalf of your cousin, Isaac. He said that you might be able to help me. I need a good mask to protect me from gas emissions so I can repair a leak.
Yes, it should help you. But I let it drop into the big snake cage, and they are very dangerous beasts. I don't know how to retrieve it.
But you must be equipped to deal with these creatures safely, surely.
Of course, but I broke my hook. It should be over there. If you succeed in getting that beast from its cage, you will be doing me a great favor.
I have the broken hook. I can repair it, but I'll need some materials. Perhaps I'll find some material at Isaac's that will be of use. I need a few items for your cousin Abraham. May I borrow them for you?
Of course. You're welcome.
This should do the trick. This should do the trick. This may come in handy.
Have you let the snake out of its cage?
I need something. This cage must do to hold the snake. This cage must do to hold the snake. This cage will do the trick. The mesh is small enough. There we are. Magnificent. If I may ask, why is it you have such equipment?
I haven't always had a pet shop, my friend. I was a butcher for many years, but I wasn't serious enough to be a real meat man, and I was looked down upon in the community. I found myself carting carcasses from the slaughterhouse, a repugnant job in which you catch vile illnesses, and it breaks you before you're out of your 30s. Thus I had the idea to make this mask with a sort of filter, and it worked. Since then I have quit that work, and with my little savings I started this business. I lived through the deaths of thousands of animals. Now I am devoted to their lives. If you are interested, I could sell you a little canary, for example.
No, thank you. Let's return to the boarding house. The satchel, rather heavy and firmly wedged. Dislodging it will take a concerted effort and is better done in a safe environment. I must repair this leak before I can get the satchel out. There isn't enough gas. The pressure isn't... elementary. This much talked about satchel is very heavy and seems to contain metal dishes. I told Bluto that I wouldn't look inside, but I've little need to. It's quite obvious that it's full of silverware. Full of crockery, the satchel makes the same noise and weighs about the same as if it were filled with silverware. There is still gas in here. Looking at the state of this cat, it won't survive much longer if it stays here. Let's go to the wasp's nest. Let's go to the wasp's nest. I need something.
Pass the sack to me. Did you look in?
I give you my word, but it won't belong to you until you tell me where Squibby is.
Fine. The poor idiot was taken by the peelers the other day. I don't know why some chap started to screech about it. He was the Whitechapel killer, but he ended up followed by an hysterical mob. In a flash, the bobbies had him rounded up and locked down.
Do you mean at the local police station?
Might not. But if you or the doc talk to him, tell him that about the kayak business. I'll forget our score if he rats on the yank. He'll know. Now, hand over the bag.
I say, that's all a little bit wishy-washy. I'm not sure it's worth the satchel.
Hey, don't shake it like that, moron. If you don't want to end up with a knife in the back, you'll get busy with the pipe. Got it?
Here, take it. That'll teach me for being a good Samaritan. Honestly, how rude. I'd best be off now. Better to not be around when he opens the satchel. I can't just waltz into the police station to ask if they've got Squibby locked up. I'll have to come up with a ploy to find out if he's actually there. Then I'll need to get the policeman to leave for just a few minutes so I can talk to the prisoner.
Hey, look! It's Mr. Detective. It's...
Shh, I'm undercover on a special mission. Don't blow my cover.
Aye, aye, Captain. We won't let it slip.
Now, what are you doing in this area at such an hour? You're far from home, aren't you?
We've come to give Pounce a hand. About his cat, you know. Downstairs round is a nasty old lady Big Danny lives. She threatens to kill Pounce's cat, 'cause she's allergic. Or so she says. And it makes it cough and vomit just by seeing one.
Allergic.
Oh, that's it. She stoned Pounce and his cat yesterday, and the poor thing took off and hasn't been seen again. We've been looking for it, but nothing.
Does that cat there belong to Pounce?
Bert! That's my Bertie!
Be careful, he is injured. Let's take him to the pet shop. We might be able to take care of him. Let's go to the pet shop, children. If you all go in at once, you'll scare the animals. Pounce, come with me. Everyone else, stay here.
What can I do for you?
I have come to return your mask.
Ah, thank you. If you need something else, do not hesitate.
May I present young Pounce and his cat, Bert. Poor Bert, he's been injured.
It's Big Danny who threw a cobblestone at him.
Big Danny? Danny the Jaw? The terror of the Highlands?
Oi, that's her, mister.
You know this lady?
Lady is not the appropriate word. Fury, more likely. Danny is a night worker. Before that, she performed in a circus where she fought against men for a penny a round. It was said that she never lost a fight.
Is there anything you can do for poor Bert?
I don't know. This cat seems to be in a sorry state. I have a book on cats over there. Can you find it while I look at its wound?
Yes. Aha! This must be the cat book Abraham needs.
What can I do for you?
Here is the book on cats.
Thank you, my man. I will see what I can do for this cat.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.
We've come to give Pounce a hand. About his cat, you know.
Hurrah, the gas is back. It is you who restored it, isn't that so? Bravo, Mr. Holmes.
Can I help you, sir?
So, you little jackanapes, you want to ride on the big whirly?
Another day, perhaps, Mum. As a matter of fact, I would like to know if a chap I know called Squibby happens to be in this police station, and how many policemen are inside.
Information? Yes, but time is money for me, you know.
Here are a few guineas. So, Squibby.
I'll tell you everything that I know, my ducky. Nothing. Ha! I know nothing about whether Squibby is there, and I don't give a damn. The bobbies don't whisper sweet nothings to me, like the girls in the nice places. And now get lost before I get all worked up. Hey, if you have something to offer to a lady, I could tell you a little bit more, maybe.
I'll be back.
You do that.
The girls from the nice houses. That monster. Oh. Danny must have been referring to establishments like Miss Bella's that Watson told me about. Fine. I have to go to the brothel. Good evening, Lucy. Do you remember me?
Mr. Holmes, come in. You're strangely dressed. What have you come to do in the area?
I've come to ask if any of your colleagues, or perhaps even yourself, associate with any of the policemen from the local station.
Certain girls go with police officers, it's true, but Bella would be able to tell you more than me.
Very well. I'll be on my way.
You are a friend of Dr. Watson?
Indeed.
A fine man, your Dr. Watson. He got me out of a damn business with one of my clients. We gave this boor a lesson to remember, and he's since gone to France, having snagged one of my best girls. But it's a break from all of her chatter. You're looking for information about the police, is that right? I can't help you there. The girls concerned are busy, and anyway, I don't have the time.
What is bothering you so much?
A client left me a case of bottles as payment. It happens all the time. I'm saddled with all this stuff. He told me that these perfumes were the latest thing, straight from Paris. Well, I'd barely smelled the first one when I nearly fainted. There might be some good ones in there, but I'd have to find out if it's really perfume, so that it won't burn the skin off my pretty girls.
Madam, I will undertake to tell you exactly which of these products are perfumes if you agree to entrust them to me for a little while. In exchange, I would like to know more about Squibby.
Yes, I know him. We've struck a deal, Mr. Holmes. I'll give you these bottles.
I will need a book to help me identify Miss Bella's perfume. I believe the bookshop on Glenworth Street, not far from Baker Street, has just reopened. Let's go and take a look.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Are you the new bookseller in the neighbourhood?
Yes, my name is Barnes. You're one of my first visitors. Welcome. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for work that can help me identify perfumes, a book that deals with vegetation and its possible uses in the domain, for example.
I would recommend the Encyclopedia Spartacus about vegetation. It consists of a reference on the matter. This book is the most complete that there is.
Fine, I will take it.
But it's just that, I have no idea where it is. Would you believe that my predecessor classified works by their acquisition date? Nowadays, we advocate a thematic classification. However, I am getting down to the task. You aren't looking for anything concerning the history of the scripts. I'm fascinated by the subject, and I already have numerous books on the topic.
It is no doubt very interesting, but I need this book Spartacus without further delay.
Fine, fine. I will try to find the acquisition date of this encyclopedia, Mr.
Holmes, Sherlock Holmes.
Ah, fantastic. You are the man for the job. Perhaps you could try to find the missing dates. That will buy you some time.
There are some dates missing?
Yes. I forgot to mention that detail. The dates were written on cardstock attached to the columns, and there was one date per section. As one goes along, you will see there is no specific order, and certain are missing. I remade the labels, but I don't know where to put them. They're there on the counter.
Are there any other details to know?
The proprietor inscribed a date every 2 years since his arrival in 1864, up until now, that is 1888. He left a note regarding his method of shelving, but I didn't understand a word. I do believe, in fact, that he was a bit mad.
Well, I will see. I must put all of the labels back in their rightful place. There, Mr. Barnes, the labels are in their correct places. That should facilitate your classification. Have you found my book?
Yes, what luck it was to meet you. It was acquired in 1882.
I will look for it. Thank you very much. I would suggest that you organize your books quickly. I am in the habit of visiting my local bookstore at least once a week.
You are right, Mr. Holmes.
This encyclopedia on plants and spices is just what I need to analyze these so-called perfumes. Let's return to Baker Street. I will will need my work table. I need something. I need something. Let's get to work. I must analyze these perfumes. This shape represents the essence of the perfume, which I must recreate. These shapes represent the smells at my disposal. This perfume is ghastly. Excellent. Now, on to the next step. Elementary. Fine, I have to go to the brothel. Fine, I have to go to the brothel.
Can I get a refill, please?
So, my dear man, have you reached a verdict?
I have distinguished the good perfumes from the bad, but even the good ones are nothing more than common sense for adolescents.
Who cares? It'll freshen up a few of my girls. Wait, there's a perfume here called Valerian. What is it?
It's not really a perfume, technically speaking, unless you like cats. It's more of a kind of medicine.
It smells strange. I don't really like it. Here, I can give it to you. And I have some information. Squibby is most assuredly locked up at the police station hereabouts. It would also seem that he's the one who doesn't want to come out.
Do you know someone by the name of Danny?
Danny? Big Danny, Nutcracker? The one who hates cats?
That's the one.
You're interested in that kind of bird? Be like dipping your biscuit in a pig's trough. She's dangerous, a real cyclone. So beware. And her appearance. She claims to adore perfumes. She'd need this whole box to smell sweet.
I doubt it'll take much to make Danny cooperate, perhaps by offering her a little gift.
Can I get a refill, please?
Let's go to the police station. Do you remember me? Would you be kind enough to help me by telling me how many policemen are inside in exchange for this bottle of perfume?
There ain't much in the station. It was pretty busy, but now there's only one constable, dearie.
There we are. Now Danny has been sprayed with valerian, a scent that's irresistible to cats. I must create a diversion in the street to make the policemen come out, but I need some cats. Lots of cats. To the pet shop. I must go to the pet shop.
What can I do for you?
So, how is Bert doing?
He'll pull through. But he must eat, and I have no food for him here. We will need to find him some.
And where can we get some cat food?
We must find Hardiman. He sells meat for cats. It's around this time when he passes the end of the road. You might be in luck. You'll hear him from far away. He was always calling beep, beep.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Solomonovich. So, Pounce, shall we look for the cat food seller? Poor Bert has to be fed, and I might have some work for you and your friends.